now tuned in to the LaFlare Lounge with your host, BigJusLaFlare.
You are watching a master at work.
All right, so it looks like we got Poetin Flakko and 16 Shotem out here, you know, swapping spit at the No Jumper office on an interview. And we got AD, who is actually out here playing security. Shout out to AD, man. I think that Adam knew strategically what he was doing in this situation, and he thought this was gold. This is why he put this shit out. Now, let me give y'all a little backstory on what's going on before I show you this video. Poetin Flakko is a blogger from North Dakota. He just recently moved to LA and joined the No Jumper team. He's known for basically sounding and having the same mannerisms as DJ Academics. If you ask me, I actually think he's talented. I think he's still trying to find his way, find his interviewing skills. He's young. He's still trying to figure it out. But at the same time, he's raw and uncut. And that is what pisses off street niggas the most, is when a nigga who's not a reputable street nigga is talking to them raw and uncut. But I think that's what also made Poetin Flakko who he is. So he's trying to stay true to himself, and he actually is a bit naive to the streets, but he has strong opinions, and that's always going to get you in trouble. Now, on the other side, we have 16 Shotem Visualz, who y'all will see in a second. He is a ex-rapper who found his niche on the internet doing interviews. He's from Chicago, so therefore he naturally interviews people from Chicago. Okay? This is what he does. He actually was also involved in the streets. So in this argument, he's a street nigga taking on the standpoint and principles of a street nigga who probably feels like this man can't talk to me, right? Now, to catch it all up, 16 Shotem has a beef with Bandman Kevo. He slept with his wife, and the whole thing has started because 16 Shotem gave some guys a platform that called Bandman Kevo a rat. Bandman Kevo, he didn't like that because he felt that you just gave random niggas a platform. They don't have nothing going for themselves. They're not a rapper. They're not anything. Their whole sole purpose was just to get on the internet and say I'm a rat. So basically, Flakko agrees with Bandman Kevo, and we got 16 Shotem who's defending himself. He's brought proof and all that, and it ended up getting real intense. And here goes the actual back and forth.
Potatoes of it. How did you and Kevo get into it to begin with?
He was cloud chasing off
Man,
Kevo.
shut up. I just said let the man talk.
What'd you say, Kevo?
Bro, suck my dick, bro. That's a
Hey, stop
bro.
playing before I smack the
bro,
shit out you.
do it.
Fuck on with you.
Hey, no. We ain't doing that here. Watch out. We ain't doing that here. Watch out.
I'll beat the fuck out of you.
No, man. Shut up,
Beat the
man.
fuck out you, boy. Motherfucker, put you somewhere you don't want to be, boy. Stop playing with me, boy.
Fuck out of here, my nigga.
Watch out, man.
All right, so y'all seen that. Hold on. Let's get to the now watch. They actually spit at each other.
Bro, do it.
Fuck on with you.
Hey, no.
All right. Interesting situation. Now, I watched this whole interview. There's a lot of things to pick up from this. Now, one, I do kind of agree with Bandman Kevo and Poetin Flakko under the stance of you let some dudes come on here, just no proof, just off of straight mouthpiece, just saying, hey, this man's a rat. They didn't come with no paperwork saying that he's a rat, no proof of the actual, the actual snitching being done. There is no paperwork. They actually got online together, Bandman Kevo and 16 Shotem, and I thought that things were resolved because what Bandman Kevo did was, since you're spreading lies, I'm gonna spread lies. And then they came together and they ended up talking about it, but somehow they fell back out. It turned into allegedly he's fucking on Bandman Kevo's girlfriend / wife. We don't know if they're married or not. It's just a whole bunch of shit. So I do think in that aspect that 16 Shotem is wrong. And he's going around doing interviews and he's discussing the situation, which he has a right to, but I think he was wrong. Now then we got Poetin Flakko. I think Poetin Flakko was totally wrong in this interview. But if you're gonna be in these type of situations, you have to have a learning curve, bro. You can't be out here just, losing your head. So what I'm saying is, he came into this situation instead of just listening and trying to hear out 16. It's kind of like he came off trying to be the defender of Bandman Kevo. Bandman Kevo is his own man, Poetin Flakko. You can state your opinion, but not come off to the point where we see that you're picking sides and that you're not really willing to hear the other side. He also has an issue, I think, as an interviewer, where he keeps repeating himself, hoping that someone is going to understand his point. It's not that they don't understand your point, is that y'all could disagree. You have to agree to disagree, and sometimes you have to move on. The interview became stagnant. I think that Poetin Flakko has a lot of learning to do. I don't think that I see people saying that they need to take him off of the platform. I'm not sure they need to take him off the platform because, again, I do think that Flakko brings value. Obviously, Adam likes this kind of shit because why would this be out? Adam knows that this is gonna go viral, so that's why he puts this type of shit out. Me personally, I wouldn't put this out because I like to protect my employees, but that's what Adam does. You see, Adam, he didn't go out there and fight Milk when Milk came up and pulled up. He didn't go out there. He didn't put that in a situation. He called AD out there. He also called AD, hey, I need you to go mediate this. Adam didn't want to sit in the fire. So I think Adam is actually wrong in this situation too, as well, because it just seems very, master manipulator, like you kind of manipulated a situation where these dudes got a lot of tension and they don't really fuck with each other. And you called, even in this conversation, when I'm listening at the beginning of the interview, Flakko was under the impression that 16 Shotem wanted to sit down and talk to him, when he's saying no, Adam called me. And then Adam called Poetin Flakko to come sit down and have a powwow, and then he called AD to come play security, and he's nowhere to be found. Y'all gotta understand, this was real live puppet master work right here. It is what it is. I gotta call it how I see it. Yeah, I just think that Poetin Flakko, you gotta learn to be professional, bro. This is very unprofessional on your part. You can't lose your head with your guests. You have to learn when to move on, when things are getting hostile. You have to learn to read the room, and that's all the things that you lack. And that's why they have been trying to protect you. People like AD and House Phone, they have been trying to protect him and tell him, hey, the way that you go about things is going to get you in trouble. You are no longer just on the internet. You are no longer just in North Dakota. You are in LA, where the streets are serious and the streets are militant and people don't play that shit. And this was the first incident, and it'll probably be many more. Well, actually, he got pressed before. So this is the first face-to-face online thing that we've seen happen to Flakko. So I think he has a lot of learning to do. I think that Adam put him in a bad position. This could have been handled somewhere else, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? This is a learning curve. I do like if Flakko stood up for himself. I think that also Flakko might be tired of people trying to tell him, listen, y'all keep trying to tell me how I'm gonna get hurt, this, that, and third. He probably willing to stand on his shit, and it looks like it. He willing to stand on it, even though he was wrong. It looks like he's willing to stand on his own too. This is where he's willing to go. This is part of being in the game. Charlemagne got slapped. Charlemagne was the same way when he first came out. People didn't respect him as a street dude, even though Charlemagne had a past where he was in the streets. They looked at him just as Wendy Williams' radio flunky. And he was beefing with niggas who called street niggas to come slap on him, fight on him. He didn't have incidents. He didn't have people say stuff to his face. Unfortunately, it didn't go. I mean, I'm not saying unfortunately. Fortunately for him, it didn't go this far where we see it live on camera, but this is just what No Jumper is. No Jumper is chaos, but it's for our entertainment. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Who's wrong in this situation? Does Adam have a blame? Does AD have a blame? Does Poetin Flakko have a blame? Does 16 Shotem have a blame? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation right here, man. And we out. We need y'all to like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. We out, baby. Boom.
Our Daddy channel. Subscribe to our Daddy channel.